a Christmas gift that changed everything during our family's Christmas Eve dinner 2 years ago. My sister was gifted a stunning lakehouse valued at $350,000. Then my parents handed me a letter, which I read aloud, and it wiped the smile off her face. I'm Emily, and I was 27 when this unforgettable moment unfolded. My sister, Charlotte, was 30 then, and she'd always been the family's shining star. Everything seemed to fall into her lap: perfect grades without effort, a full ride to Northwestern, a dream marketing career straight out of college, and a marriage to Ethan, her wealthy college sweetheart. I, on the other hand, clawed my way through community college, juggled multiple jobs to afford nursing school, and lived in a modest apartment above a Chinese restaurant. I wasn't resentful of my hard work. I was proud of my nursing career and what I'd achieved independently. But my parents, William and Catherine, constantly compared us, praising Charlotte's every success while barely acknowledging mine, which wore me down. The tension began 2 years before that Christmas, when Charlotte and Ethan struggled to conceive. They'd tried fertility treatments and seen specialists, but nothing worked. It was heartbreaking, and I truly felt for them. But Charlotte didn't handle it quietly. She made her pain everyone's problem. She'd arrive late to family gatherings or leave early, saying my presence was too painful since I might one day have kids. The thing is, I wasn't even a mother yet. My boyfriend, James, and I were serious, talking about marriage and kids, but we weren't rushing. Yet Charlotte acted as if my potential to have children was a personal slight against her. The situation escalated at Thanksgiving 2 years prior. James and I announced our engagement, expecting joy, but Charlotte burst into tears and fled to the bathroom. My parents followed her, leaving us with my awkward aunt and uncle. When they returned, my mom suggested we keep our wedding plans subdued to avoid upsetting Charlotte. I was frustrated but tried to empathize. We planned a small wedding the next summer, with Charlotte as my maid of honor, though she was visibly unenthusiastic. She attended my bachelorette party for barely an hour, sighed through our wedding photos, and gave a toast that focused more on her struggles than our happiness. I stayed silent, thinking family loyalty demanded it. After James and I married, Charlotte's comments grew sharper. She'd say my life was easy, that I didn't understand real hardship, and that I should be grateful for my advantages. She seemed to ignore that I'd worked tirelessly to become a nurse. The final straw came a year before that Christmas, when Charlotte and Ethan decided to pause their efforts to have kids and focus on travel and work. My parents threw them a lavish, life-change party, which felt odd, but I supported her choice. 3 weeks later, James and I learned I was pregnant. Thrilled but cautious, we waited until after the first trimester to share the news at a family dinner. Charlotte's reaction was explosive. She screamed, accusing me of getting pregnant to spite her and overshadow her new path. My parents sat silently as she berated me. James defended me, pointing out we'd been married for 7 months, so pregnancy wasn't shocking. Charlotte stormed out. A week later, I suffered a miscarriage. It shattered James and me. I took 2 weeks off work to grieve, but Charlotte didn't reach out, apologize, or offer support. When my mom told her about the loss, Charlotte said it was the universe's way of teaching me not to take things for granted. I was done with her and with my parents enabling. James and I focused on healing, limiting contact with my family. Charlotte, however, escalated things. She began posting cryptic social media messages clearly aimed at me, like, "Some people never understand true pain," or "believe people when they show their selfish side." These posts often came after rare moments when we'd gotten along at family events, as if she couldn't handle peace between us. Friends noticed. One college friend, Sarah, called to check on me, shocked by Charlotte's public attacks. I had to explain the whole saga, mortified. 7 months after my miscarriage, the worst incident occurred. James and I attended a baby shower for nursing school friends who'd welcomed their first child via IVF. It was a joyful day, and I posted a photo of us with the new parents, captioned simply, "So thrilled for these two." Within an hour, Charlotte posted a rant about people who flaunt their ease around babies to feel better about their own flaws. It was obvious she meant me. Relatives commented, asking if she was okay, and I deleted my post, humiliated by her drama. That night, I called my parents, furious, but my mom suggested I be more sensitive about my posts, blaming me for Charlotte's reaction. I realized they weren't just enabling her, they were holding me responsible for her emotions. James was livid, urging we go no contact with my family until they respected me. I couldn't fully cut off my parents. They weren't cruel, just obsessed with keeping Charlotte stable, even at my expense. The drama spilled over when Charlotte began telling Ethan's parents, David and Margaret, a distorted version of events, portraying me as a cruel sister who got pregnant to hurt her and used my miscarriage for sympathy. Margaret called me, assuring me she and David didn't believe Charlotte's lies but were concerned about her behavior. She revealed Charlotte had been calling them, claiming I'd turned the family against her. Ethan had to ask her to stop involving his parents. This showed how far Charlotte's victim narrative had spread. She wasn't just posting online, she was actively painting me as a villain. My parents grew weary, my dad visibly stressed, my mom nervously dodging any topic that might upset Charlotte. Family gatherings became tense, everyone tiptoeing to avoid triggering her. James and I dreaded these events, leaving exhausted from navigating the emotional minefield. At Easter, 7 months before that Christmas, my cousin's engagement announcement sent Charlotte into a silent meltdown. She left the table, returned teary-eyed, and the dinner shifted to soothing her, overshadowing my cousin's joy. James was furious on the drive home, saying Charlotte's emotions controlled the family, stifling any celebration. He was right, but I felt torn. I loved my family but couldn't keep enduring this. We started declining half the family invitations, citing work or other excuses, and when we attended, we arrived late and left early. My parents noticed, accusing us of abandoning the family or holding grudges. They proposed solutions like family therapy or vacations, but never addressed Charlotte's behavior, expecting us to accommodate her endlessly. By the Christmas Eve I'm describing, 2 years after my miscarriage, I was fed up. James and I were trying to conceive again, but kept it private, planning a brief appearance at my parents' Christmas dinner. 3 days before Christmas Eve, my mom begged us to attend their gift exchange instead, saying Charlotte was struggling and needed family unity. Reluctantly, I agreed. We arrived at 7 p.m. to a beautifully decorated home. Garland, lights, a towering tree. Charlotte and Ethan were there, and surprisingly, Charlotte was in a good mood, even hugging me, a rare gesture. Dinner was pleasant with normal conversation. Charlotte asked about my job, I asked about her work, and my parents seemed relieved. I began hoping this Christmas might be different. After dinner, we gathered for gifts. My parents had gone overboard with presents, more than usual. My dad announced they'd save the big surprises for last. We exchanged typical gifts, sweaters, books, a nice scotch for James from Charlotte, which felt like a peace offering. Then my parents exchanged a look, and my mom handed Charlotte a large envelope, saying it was a special gift for her and Ethan. Charlotte opened it, revealing a deed. Her eyes widened, and she cried happy tears, exclaiming, "They bought us the Lake Geneva cabin." Ethan was equally stunned, thanking my parents profusely. This lake house was a childhood vacation spot we'd loved, a 3-bedroom waterfront cabin worth about $350,000. My parents explained it was perfect for Charlotte and Ethan's future family. I was stunned, they were well off, but this was extravagant. James squeezed my hand, knowing we were still $30,000 short of a down payment for our own home. I pushed down envy, trying to share their joy. Charlotte was gracious, talking about future memories at the lake, and for a moment, it felt like the old days. Then my dad said they had something for James and me. My mom handed me a small envelope with a strained smile, urging me to open it. Expecting something modest, I found a handwritten letter on legal paper. My dad asked me to read it aloud. Hesitant, I glanced at the first lines, my heart racing. "Are you sure?" I asked. My mom insisted, saying they wanted everyone to hear. I began reading, my voice shaky. "Dear Emily and James, we've seen your hard work and dedication in building your life together. Emily, your commitment to nursing and resilience through challenges have shown us true strength." Charlotte's smile faltered. I continued, "James, you've been an incredible partner, supporting Emily when others in this family let her down." Charlotte's expression shifted to confusion. Ethan looked uneasy, and my parents watched me closely. "We know you've been saving for a home, facing challenges with loans and living costs, yet never asked for help. We've also seen you endure unfair treatment from some family members, handling it with grace beyond what anyone should bear. Your achievements were downplayed, your joys overshadowed, even your loss weaponized against you. Charlotte's face paled, her smile gone. I pressed on. We're giving you the wedding gift we should have given you, plus extra for what you've endured. We're providing $45,000 for your first home and paying off your $35,000 student loans. This isn't a loan, you owe us nothing. It's what we owed you. James gasped, gripping my hand. Charlotte made a strangled sound, shaking off Ethan's touch. I continued, we hope this helps you build a life surrounded by those who cherish your happiness. We've enabled behavior that hurt you and our family, and we're sorry for not defending you when you needed us. The room was silent except for my voice. We love both our daughters, but we've let one person's emotions dominate, and that stops now. Use this gift to create the life you deserve. Love, Mom and Dad. I folded the letter, my heart pounding. James had tears in his eyes. Charlotte looked stunned, Ethan mortified. What is this? Charlotte demanded, her voice sharp. My dad replied calmly, it's exactly what it sounds like. We're helping Emily and James, just as we helped you with the lakehouse. Charlotte stood, furious. You humiliated me. You painted me as a monster. My dad countered. The letter stated facts about how you've treated Emily and how we've enabled it. Charlotte turned on me. You orchestrated this, didn't you? This is your revenge for me not fawning over your pregnancy. Ethan tried to calm her, but she snapped. This isn't the same as a lakehouse. You're making it all about Emily's victim act. James stood firm. You're proving their point. I've watched you hurt Emily for years, blaming her for your pain, making her feel like her existence offends you. I stood too, my voice steady. You screamed at me for getting pregnant, said my miscarriage was my fault, posted about me online. You made every family event about your pain. Charlotte tried to interrupt, but I continued. The hardest part was watching my sister, who I admired, become someone who resents others' happiness, who sees my joy as an attack. Charlotte was crying now, but I wasn't done. I supported you through everything, your fertility struggles, your new path, but you made me the enemy. Ethan spoke up, his voice calm but firm. Charlotte, it's true. You've hurt Emily, and it's affected our marriage too. You can't celebrate anyone's joy without making it about your pain. Charlotte glared at him, accusing him of betraying her, but Ethan pressed on. When was the last time you were happy for someone else without resentment? Charlotte had no answer, her silence deafening. My dad suggested a break, but Charlotte refused, her voice weary. So, you've all decided I'm awful, given Emily money to rub it in, and now Ethan says our marriage is broken. What do you want from me? My mom replied gently. We want you to get help, to understand why others' happiness feels like a threat, to learn to be happy for Emily. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.